Raider reaction is mature audiences only. So if you can't stand the heat, stay away from the fire.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the comfy confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And just where is that, might you ask? Well, let me give you some simple directions. It's a little late in the evening. Who knows what you've been into? You remember the way. It's just down the street, past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and ask my man Joe. He's a gentleman, he's a scholar, but man, he's got to make that money. So slip him what you should. He's going to point you in the right direction. He's going to tell you to take a left and then a right. As you find yourself strolling down the street, minding your own goddamn business, a cool breeze will hit you as you pass this deep dark alley to your immediate right. As that breeze hits you, you will find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? You're goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep dark alley? Well, of course you should, because what you're going to find at the end is a special little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is, and as it should goddamn well be every Tuesday, it's the Raider Nation Report, a solid 60 minutes with yours truly, as we talk everything that is pertinent about the silver and black. Right now, at least on July 9th. Because there's only so much that's really what you could call relevant on July 9th of a football season, because that's not even training camp. Nobody's in pads, nobody's hitting anybody, and what's really relevant? Well, earthquakes are relevant, but the good news about the earthquake, no damage to the stadium. We touched on that last night with Big L in the house. Little Monday night insanity. If you didn't check it, we like to come out of the gate on Mondays with just complete insanity with L in the studio with me, and then we really, I try to dig deep into it on Tuesday. So we try to hit it from two angles, and then Prime comes in with me tomorrow, and we hit the whole league spectrum as he tries to go league wide with me and keep me not just completely focused on the silver and black. Because you do got to know what your 31 enemies are doing. You have to be an educated fan. You got to be able to make that guy look like a schmuck and feel like a schmuck when you're breaking him down, sitting next to him at the bar. So you got to be an educated fan. It's a requirement. You got to be educated. What's up, JD? What's up, Leslie? What's up, Big L? What's up, everybody in the house? Thank you for joining me on a Raider Nation Report Tuesday on Raider Reaction. Appreciate any second you spend with us here on Raider Reaction. As always, make sure you check out our website, www.raiderreaction.com. We've got a whole bunch of fresh shit up in the Reaction shop. Click on the shop tab. Go get you some swag. We've got some new vintage merchandise. We're putting some more stuff back up in there tomorrow. So check it out. Got all kinds of stuff in there. So I want to we touched on it last night, and I want to touch on it again. Oh, Jack. Top fan Jack. What's up? Commish, can I say one thing? Do you think some of the Raiders players some spare tire this year? Well, I don't think there's any disrespect in that at all. I would say anybody, and it's human nature, if you're in a job, especially a job where you're supposed to maintain a level of physical activity and physical fitness in what is said to be your off season, and to expect these guys to keep up that level and stay in that type of shape all the way through, that's what training camp's supposed to be for. That's what preseason's supposed to be for, is to tune those guys in. There are those certain physical freaks out there in the league that can pretty much are ready to go 365, but not all of them. That's what training camp, that's what preseason's for. That's what the dog days of summer are supposed to be for football, is to get you ready for the grueling rigors of an NFL season, the having to play in the heat of Tampa, in Southern California, in Arizona in the fucking desert, to have to go from there to go play in Green Bay on the frozen fucking tundra, to have to go play in Buffalo in the butt fucking freezing cold. That's Raider getting it done. Fuck the man. I'm watching on your dime. But that's what the summers and the grind of football is supposed to be for, is to get these guys in. So yeah, there's some guys that come in, and the guys that come in a little over, you got to question their heart, man. You got to question their desire for it. Because if you're coming in a little punchy, coming in on the out of the off season, you just got to question where was their head at all the off season. I mean, you seen where Antonio Brown's head was at. I think I was working out like a madman. So you got to question a guy that comes in not quite ready to start the season. Of course, you're going to get the conditioning down through live football. There's no way to simulate that, but you would expect a guy to at least come in on weight, come in shape, not looking like you've been at fucking Waffle House fucking knocking down extra fucking waffles with flapjack with fucking syrup all over them. That's not what it should be. But there are those that you come walking in and you're like, damn, did you work out at all in the fucking off season? So I would like I said, that's what the dog days of summer is for. So the biggest news, and we touched on it last night, and it's I can see where the agent and who is probably in the ear of Josh Jacobs is telling him, hey man, look at what they've got to play with. Look at what's in the cupboard at running back in the silver and black, and you've got a little leverage even coming in as a rookie. Leverage. How does he have leverage? He has leverage by the fact that who the hell is going to replace him? You're not going to run Jalen Richard up there as your number one. You're not going to run DeAndre Washington up there as your number one. You're sure the fuck not going to. You tried running Doug Martin up there as your number one when the Titanic was sinking last year. But Doug Martin's not number one running back anymore. Come on. He's, I believe, me and Big L are firm believers that we're just keeping him around for Hard Knocks. So he can be the martyr that they towed him around and then cut him directly after the show. That's about all we need Doug Martin for. Because, man, Doug Martin needs a twist tie put on him, set on the curb, right where he was found, where Tampa Bay set his ass. Congratulations, you did as well as you did last season. You earned your jersey much more than Maurice Jones-Drew did on his way through the silver and black. But you got your jersey with your name on it. Take your parting gift. Get the fuck out, please, because we do not need you going forward. So you're not. It's not Doug Martin. Okay, so what else are you looking at? Have you looked at what is out there on the free agent market? There is nobody. The best of the best out there is Marshawn Lynch. He's not coming out of retirement. Jonathan Stewart, Corey Grant, Chris Ivory, LeGarrette Blount, Jacquizz Rodgers, Darren Sproles, Fozzie Whitaker. Fozzie Whitaker is maybe in Jacquizz Rodgers. I mean, come on. These guys aren't number one running backs, and these are the only guys that are out there that are still looking for a job. So, Josh Jacobs, agents in the ear, family members in the ear, fucking broke uncles in the ear, whatever, saying, hey, make them come up with the cheddar, man. You're a running back. Your running back lifespan is a lot shorter than other positions. It just is. It just is. So when you're looking at a guy who may not even healthy, statistically, it says healthy, you will not probably make it as a running back to that 5th-year contract. It's the truth. Running backs' lives are so short that it's not like another position where you're going to get to that rookie contract and get to make that big payday and possibly, like Jared Cook, get another shot late in your career to come in like he did last season for Oakland, show out, and get one more big payday on possibly his last big payday of his career. At a running back, you don't have that. So you've got to think realistically, hey, I know if I'm the guy coming into this season, I'm toting the fucking rock, and I'm toting it a lot. Josh Jacobs knows if he comes in, he's the number one running back for the Oakland Raiders. He's toting the rock, and he's toting it a lot. You bet your ass he is. And he knows it. Everybody knows it. He's going to be, along the lines like Zeke and some of those other running backs where you look at the amount of carries he had at the end of the season, you're like, fuck, they're trying to run the wheels off of him. Well, there's the possibility of that. So when you look and knowing coming in that, look, I'm looking at the roster that they're sticking me in, and I'm better than all of those guys. And all of those fucking guys know it. I know it. There's a reason they jumped up and grabbed me in the first round. There's a reason. It is. Philip, it's a lot about that. It's not as much about the money as it is about guarantees. It's about guarantees and contract language. They want certain things in the contract. And lately, in the past couple of years, that buzzword in the NFL is guaranteed money. These guys want guarantees, much like some of the other professional leagues are doing. But in football, this is a much more physical sport, and it's hard. It's hard financially with the salary caps to give guaranteed money, especially in a position of running back. Go look. Hey, man, we all play fantasy football. How many fucking running backs do you ride start to finish in a season just on your fantasy team? Just on your fantasy team. Matt, I can't confirm or it's not. But how many of you roll through an entire season? Nobody. Running back is like the hardest position to find as a fantasy general manager. Imagine what it's like if you have to find a real one out there in the real world. It is. Hollywood wants this story. It's contract language. Russ is right. There's a lot more to this than just money. There's a lot more to this than just money. Josh Jacobs has one of them fucking goddamn Disney movie stories. And somebody's going to pay some money for that, to own that. All of that is tied into a contract. All of the NFL's involved in all of that. And they want guarantees. So there's a lot tied into this, but there's weeks. We're talking, my God, it's July 9th. We're not talking till the end of the month when these guys even are needing to be in camp or expected to be in camp. But I plead the fifth. It's too early to worry. It's too early to worry. There's plenty of time to worry. Hey man, we get to preseason game 1 and we ain't seen him. Preseason game 2, I'm fidgeting in my seat a little bit. I want to see him by 3. But I'd at least like to see him before to knock the dust off. That's all I'm saying. A running back, it's if you understand the playbook, it'd be nice if you're there to gel. But running back's a weird position, man. When you're given the ball, something just happens. Something just happens. So we'll see. This one's going to be a story that we're going to have to watch for a minute. It's going to be a story we're going to have to watch for a minute because I believe Josh Jacobs and his team feel they hold some leverage. A little bit. Because there is nothing else out there that the Oakland Raiders can go do at running back other than go beg and plead people out of retirement, completely take a fucking 1-year flyer on some guy who was never really a number 1 or who is a washed up old number 1, or you're going to roll with what a number 1, some sort of Swiss Army knife back with everybody that we have on roster, maybe mixed in with one of those. We'll see. We'll see. I hope you're right, Russ. He'll start day 1. I believe he's there day 1. I just hope this doesn't drag into a long, ugly, muddy-ass fucking mess that gets into training camp. It's the stupid shit they're talking about on Hard Knocks, and I don't want it to turn into that. I don't want it to turn into that. Let's not turn it into fucking, front page tabloid shit on all the sports talk radio shows. I don't want to be talking about it. I want to be talking about positive things. I don't want to be talking about holdouts. I don't want to replay a fucking Donald Penn and all the other guys over the last couple of years that have held out. Fuck that. I don't want to deal with even talk about that shit coming into the beginning of the season. We should be on a positive note. There's so much to be positive about coming into this season. So we say Walrus. Purple drink. But there's so much to be excited about and positive about coming into this season that I don't even want to deal with negativity like that. So I'm hoping it works itself out, and I really do. Now, one of the positions that there's been a lot of talk about lately as I mentioned earlier, Jared Cook went and got his payday. He made the Pro Bowl, man. He was the only goddamn Raider there. You got to give the man props. I knew when I was standing there talking to him at the Pro Bowl that he was not going to be a fucking Raider. I told my son that on the way in that, we're going to go meet Jared Cook. Probably he's going to be the only Raider there, and he's not even going to be a Raider by the next season. He's like, well, why not? He's really good. We should keep him. Of course, then I had to try and explain to him why you can't keep him because, he was in a contract year, and, he played out. He's the only Raider at the Pro Bowl, and he's going to get fucking paid. And we can't afford to pay him. And I don't even know if that's the type of tight end that John Gruden wanted. When you look at the type of tight ends that are on our roster, I don't think that was the type of tight end that he wanted. You got Darren Waller, you got Derek Carrier, and you got Luke Wilson. Not the actor, the other Luke Wilson. All of them are kind of that prototypical NFL tight end, excuse me. prototypical NFL tight end. Heavy on the blocking. He can catch the ball if you need him to. I was shocked Lee Smith left. I really thought Lee Smith was a Gruden guy, and Gruden was going to keep him around. I was shocked that Lee Smith left. But you're looking at the other guys, the addition of Luke Wilson. There's been a lot of talk about the Raiders going out and getting possibly a veteran tight end coming into this season. And you go look, and unless you're willing to make a trade, or you're either you're flea marketing, or you're at the swap meet coming around cut time, at the scrap table, digging through tight ends that everybody else cut to see the best of what's out there. Unless that's the way you're going to roll, because if you look at who's out there, I mean, I don't think Gronkowski is going to be on the market anytime soon. He's the best who's out there, and he's retired. Jermaine Gresham, Deion Sims, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. These are the best of the best out there that you got. Lance Kendricks. So there's not any big name. There's just not any big name. Just not any big name. Those are your. So we'll see. We'll see. Tight end's an interesting position. I don't think you're going to see it utilized like you did last season. The fact that we had no wide receivers, basically. No wide receivers. Meant you leaned heavily on the tight end who had wide receiver tendencies. So he got the bulk of the looks, he got the bulk of the catches, and the bulk of the yards, and he ended up in the Pro Bowl. And now he's no longer a Raider. But I don't think you're going to see it used anything like that. Jesse James. He's all right, but I mean, is he any better than any of the other guys that we have currently? I mean, he's not a guy that's going to get y'all excited. Like, ooh, he's out there. He's one of those guys. You'd be, if you sign him, you'd be like, it's kind of like Luke Wilson. I mean, he's a good quality NFL tight end. Good quality NFL tight end. So, I mean, he's as good as addition as anybody else. He's depth. He's played in big games. He's gotten it done. He's been to the pinnacle. He knows what it feels like. And he, we'll see. We'll see. Now, if you haven't joined the official group of Raider Reaction, click on the group tab on our Facebook page and come to the dark side, the Raider Reaction Empire, the official group of Raider Reaction. It's uncensored, raw, real. You're allowed to speak your mind. Our admins aren't there tapping you on the shoulder saying, don't you be saying motherfucker in here. No, say motherfucker as much as you want. Pretty much do damn near whatever you want within, the laws of basic human decency. So, come to the dark side, join our official group, getting ready to drop the official dark side t-shirts and stickers in the group this week. They're only going to be available to members of the dark side. So, if you're not in there, you need to get the hell in there. You can't get the shirt, you can't get stickers, and you're not going to be in there for the drawing for a possible member winning. Come on, Leslie, I'm talking here. A possible winner, because once it gets to 4,000 in the group, which we're almost there, I'm going to do a drawing, and I'm one of the group members is going to win a Raider Reaction prize pack. We'll send them a little something. And we'll probably do that every 1,000 as we creeps on up. But we're almost there. Almost to 4,000. It's crazy because the group basically kicked off. Man, Wesley, I was all over Little Rock, Arkansas looking for you last month, man. I was going to give you a shirt, and you were nowhere to be found, man. So, I'm sorry. I was there. Where the hell were you? I had a shirt for you and everything. I was there. But if you need to get you a shirt, RaiderReaction.com, click on the shop tab. I put up some great deals so that you can get some fan packs. I put up a deluxe fan pack where you can get both of the Raider Reaction shirts that we have currently right now. It has all the stickers that we have, the buttons. You get a vintage pack of cards, all kinds of shit. And the shipping's included in the price of everything in the shop, so there's no extra charge for shipping. And then I've also got the gray shirt fan packs as well as the black shirt fan packs, and all the stickers are there too, a la carte, and everything else is there a la carte. Plus we put some new vintage items up there for you collectors, and we're going to put some other vintage items up there as well. Since I've just moved in the studios, I've gotten to all of my stuff, and everything's going to be going up on the website for sale. So check it out, and we've got new stuff in the works for merch and swag like we talked more. So check that out as well. Check it out as well. So thank you, always for joining us here, each and every one of you. Thanks for stopping in. What's up, Andrew from Colorado, and what's up, everybody else? Thank you, as always. Ooh, look at Raymond trying to get the gold star with coming in here with the fucking hot question. It's a pretty good deal if you go check it out, man. I made the prices right. I mean, break it down. If you do the math and add it up, you'll be like, yeah, that's stupid. Why would I buy each one of these individually when I can just buy this big box and I get all of it for a fucking really good price, dude? $75, you get 2 t-shirts, all the fucking stickers, the fucking button, and a fucking pack of fucking vintage cards, and there's no shipping on that? I'm like giving that shit away. Come on. I want you to rock our shit. So please, buy some. If I could take one team off the kitty table, I'm going to take that, Raymond. I'm going to take your gold star question, and I'm going to run with it. One team off the kitty table. Now, we did stick the Saints back on the kitty table because of their incessant fucking bitching and whining, and they're a bunch of fucking bitch-ass fans. So they've been placed back on there. So I do not want to see the Saints come off. The Saints can stay the fuck on there forever now. Fuck them. Forget that they even won. Now everybody else, Lions, I feel your pain, brother. I'm still working on it. If I had to see one team come off the kitty table, if I had to pick one team to come off the kitty table, one team, man, I don't know. Who's like the longest suffering? I mean, you'd have to say the Browns, right? But the Browns, every time you talk to a Browns fan, they want to bring back all that NFL championship shit from back in the fucking aught days when nobody remembers any of that, and records weren't even kept, and they didn't even record sacks, and there was like 4 teams in the fucking league, and that just makes me not feel bad for Browns fans. So I say, fuck Browns fans, stay on the kitty table. Fuck you. You ain't the team. No. Browns fans, they stay. No. Vikings fans, the same way. I fucking hate Vikings fans. I've been to numerous games to watch the Raiders play in Minnesota, and their fans are obnoxious. And, fuck that. They wear purple. No. Vikings don't wear purple. And come on. Back in the day, if you were to run into a fucking goddamn, back in the day Viking, and you roll up to him, there's fucking horns and shit, and you're rolling in on this big fucking wooden boat from fucking conquering and fucking pillaging, and hey, dude, later on, you guys are going to be rocking purple. You'd be like, what? Purple? I don't even know what that is. What the fuck is this purple you speak of? It's gonna suck, and epically, and you're gonna have a big stupid stadium that kills birds. So, no, not the Vikings. The shitbirds? No, the shitbirds, they can stay on there forever. Fuck the Falcons. The Texans haven't suffered long enough. They're just retread Oilers anyway. That's all the Texans really are. Is retread bastard Oilers. That's what the Titans are too. They're bastard Oilers as well. They're both like the bastard children of the Oilers. It's like, the parents split up and like, here, you get half, and we're gonna call it the Titans, and you get half, and we're gonna call it the Texans. There, now everybody's happy, and you get to split the summer house. No, fuck both of them. They can both stay on there. Carolina and the Jags? Nah, they ain't been there long enough. You know what? I agree. If I had to pick one fucking team to come off the kiddie table that I really have no hatred for, honestly, I have no hatred for the Lions. None. They're kind of that pathetic little team that, I'd almost be like, come on, little buddy. Let's get you one. Come on. You can do it. Come on, little fella. Come on. You almost want to see them win one, don't you? I bet they're almost like that pathetic little team. Like, come on, little fellas. I know you can do it. Dude, they're so pathetic. They were hanging banners of playoff appearances in the Silverdome at one time. Playoff appearances. It had been... They hadn't got a playoff win in a fucking forever and a day. So they were starting to hang banners for playoff appearances. That's a level of patheticness that it takes decades to achieve. Decades. I mean, that's even more pathetic than the 85 Bears throwing a fucking goddamn parade for anniversaries of Super Bowl wins. That's pathetic too. Why do I hate the Chargers? My God, I got 27 minutes left to show. That ain't enough fucking time. Not enough. Where do I start? Why do I hate the Chargers? I don't know. Fuck, should I just start naming names? I don't even know where to begin with that one. That's like saying, ask me. Fuck. Damn, that one stumped me. Fuck yeah. That is what the halftime show needs. Fuck SpongeBob being there. It needs a Faygo Armageddon. That's what the halftime show needs. Goddamn right. Is the Bears on the kiddie table? No, the Bears ain't on the kiddie table. They've won a Super Bowl. The only team on the kiddie table that's won a Super Bowl is the fucking shit-ass Saints because we had to honorarily put them back there because of their incessant bitching. So, and that's the only reason they're back on there. I mean, honestly. Leslie, 2 nights in a row, Leslie? Come on now. I give you these powers, and you're supposed to respect them. Leslie, damn it. Barry was amazing. It's a goddamn crying shame when one of literally the greatest players to ever grace the gridiron would rather retire than play for the fucking team that he played his entire career for anymore. That's a fucking goddamn crying shame. That's a fucking sin upon sins. And that's... If you're a football fan, that just sucks. That just sucks. That a guy that goddamn good would rather retire than have to play another fucking year for the same team he played his whole year for. Oh, that's a fucking crying shame, man. That's a crying shame and a goddamn sin. Alright, so I wanted to pull you guys in. It's way too early, but there's no time like the present for my way too fucking early predictions for the season record. I'm going to throw mine out there, and when Big L drags his freaking luscious ass in here next Monday, I'm going to drag predictions out of him as well. So way too fucking early season predictions. And then we'll tweak them again right before the season starts. See if we stick with what we went with before training camp, or if we roll with what we had. No, we'll see. I was just a little off last year. I went 11-5. 11-5. So I was only off a couple games. Just a few. Didn't see that one coming. Whew. Man, I was standing on the tracks, and I don't think any of us seen that fucking train coming. The 2018 season. Good Lord. I don't think they blew the whistle. They just ran us the fuck over with that one. Give a motherfucker a warning. You know, if we're in full fucking tank mode, let me know. I'll try to temper my excitement. Good Lord. Good Lord. So let's take it in chunks, shall we? The first chunk is obviously the first 5 weeks. You come out with a fucking sprint of the 2019 season. And I'm talking about a sprint. If you look at the first 5 games, you got a bye week in week 6. So you're looking at the first 5 games and what you've got to deal with. And a quick, damn Jukebox, you are very optimistic at 14-2, my man. You come back to me on that 14-2 prediction, because if you're right, we're all going to be like, oh, man, I don't know. I don't know if that is that. We'll see. When we get to mine, we're going to work it through. We're going to work it through here in a second. But if you look at in a quick glance, the first 5, Broncos, Monday Night Football doubleheader. You're at home. But it's a Monday Night Football doubleheader, and it's divisional. Always a tough game. Second game, also at home, but it's divisional, and it's the Chiefs. We had a tough time with the Chiefs last year. They lost a lot of weapons. It's going to be an interesting game. It's divisional, always close. Bang, bang. The 2 biggest division rivals that we're going to be battling for probably at the top. I'm counting the chokers out this year. I believe they take the beginning. Philip Quivers, man, all them kids, that bolo tie wearing motherfuckers on his way down. So you got those 2 right out of the gate. You got the Vikings, a formidable defense. You're on the road. You're in Minnesota. I fucking hate Minnesota. The Raiders don't play well in Minnesota. I've been there. I've seen them lose there. I fucking hate the Vikings. I hope they'll win, but it's a tough place to play with a tough defense. Fuck their offense. Kirk Cousins is a joke. Weak. Then you go at the Colts. At the Colts, a resurgent team. Fucking Captain Neckbeard looked good last year. They're resurgent. The Colts were a playoff team and got a playoff victory. And then you've got the rematch. Bears with that guy that left, you remember him, number 52. Yeah, we don't need to. You got him coming after DC4. So we've got that in week 5. And the Bears are a formidable team. And that's on the road. So you've got the Broncos, which I say we win. We're 1-0. 1-0. Broncos. Chiefs? Man, that's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a tough game right there. That's going to be a tough game. Because then you got 2 road games after that. And then after that, you got the big travel. And then you got to come home. So if you look at that, you've got, and you've all looked at this fucking schedule, how long it is. We play 2 divisional games at home. Bang, bang. 2 of the biggest division rivals we have. And then it's road, big road across the fucking pond. Get a bye week, and then road again. As you go to Green Bay and Houston. I see us at 3-2 coming into the bye. I think we split the first 2 games in division. I think we play the Chiefs well, but I think we lose a tight one. I also think we drop a game in Minnesota. I think we come out of the gate 1-2, and then win the next 2 games against the Colts and against the Bears, and come into the bye week at 3-2. I'm not going to sit here and say we're going 15-1. I'm going to try and be realistic. I thought I was being realistic last year when I went 11-5, and that was a fucking train wreck of a prediction. I say 3-2. Going into the bye. And this season, I believe, hinges on the 2 games coming out of the bye week. I believe those are going to be gigantically pivotal games, especially the one right after the bye at Green Bay on October 20th. Jack says 4-2, and we're on that game right now. I got us at 3-2 coming into this Green Bay game. Coming off 2 wins and coming strong. And going on the road, I think this is a gigantic game. This is a game you either drop back to 500 and you're looking at another road game against the Texans, a playoff team from the year before, or you win and you find yourself at 4-2. Most likely, mind you, most likely in the driver's seat in the AFC West if you're sitting at 4-2. I'm willing to say that. Most likely in the driver's seat of the AFC West if you're sitting at 4-2. I'm in the neighborhood of where Billy's at, and I'm working my way there. I think the Raiders are a playoff team this year. I really do believe that John Gruden is building the nucleus for the future, but I think it's probably a wild card team, not a division champion. I think that's a year off, but I think this is a team that people are going to start to fucking recognize and not look past on their schedule. Respect will start to be spoken upon the name. It's a huge game coming out, and I think we may drop it against the Packers. I think we're 3-3, and I think we take the W against the Texans. I don't believe in the Texans this year at all. I think they do not make the playoffs, and I think they falter. So we're sitting 4-3. After that road stint. And then that puts you in an interesting predicament, because now you've got the road stand that you've been trying to get to. This is why I think the 2 road games coming out of the bye are so important, because you've got the home stand directly after. You've got the Lions, the first matchup with the Chokers, and the Bengals. The Bengals are an interesting team. The Lions are an interesting team. All 3 of these teams have quality NFL quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks, that have the capabilities of having those games against you. But none of them are consistent, and we have no idea what any of those teams are going to be by that point in the season. None. Whatsoever. Lions, out of this homestand, I got us sitting at 4-3, and I don't think it comes. Man, I've got us at 9-7 for the season, teetering on 10-6. And as I look across, the 5 home games that you have left on the schedule. So the Lions, the Chargers, the Bengals, the Titans, and the Jags. These are very winnable games. It's these road games that down the stretch concern me. The Chiefs, the Chargers, the Broncos. God forbid, even the Jets in November concerns me a little bit. Just because it's in November. It's in New York. It concerns me a little bit. So let's go back. I've got a win in week 1, a loss in week 2, a loss in week 3, win-win going into the bye, a loss out of the bye, and then a win against the Texans. That has us at 4-3 in week 8. Then you got that 3 games. I hate to say it, man. I think we drop a couple at home out of that 3-game stand. And I think we play well against the Chargers in primetime, but we come up short. It's such a tough schedule to look at. It's such a tough schedule to look at when you're looking at it. It's the dynamics. You can't look at the schedule and say, we're going to win every game. Do you have a possibility to win every game? Yes, you do. But you know that there's going to be those games where little shit happens and the calls don't go your way and the flags don't go your way and some just get away. And I really see this as a 10-6, 9-7 season where you're teetering on 10, and 10 will get you in. 10 will get you in, but I think 9-7, man, you're a 6 seed squeak in playoff team as a wild card. The 2 road games at the end scare the hell out of me. When you got to go on the road at the Chargers and at the Broncos, 2 divisional games right in the end of the season. And then you got at the Chiefs. All of our 3 final divisional games are all on the road, and they're all going to mean so much. So much. Those scare me. The 3-game homestand scares me as well, because I feel after all of that road, you're going to get home and you're going to let your guard down a little bit. And you could catch one on the chin when you shouldn't. The season's like a novel. And each game's like a chapter. And it evolves and changes so much from chapter to chapter that it's so hard, because the injuries and there's so much plays into an NFL season. It is such a grueling grind. I agree with you, Albert. I think KC has fallen off big time this year. You can't find Tyreek Hills and Kareem Hunt just out walking the fuck around. You don't. You don't replace the guys they lost on defense. You don't. They lost a lot of talent. Hey, I'm glad Patrick Mahomes is now the fucking second coming of fucking Peyton Manning, I guess. And fucking douchebags are getting fucking tramp stamps of him. Did you see this shit? Some fucking jackass got a tramp stamp of Patrick Mahomes and was on like one of the late shows. I don't watch any of them stupid shows. Jimmy Kimmel or one of them stupid fucking shows. But just like, seriously, man. You got a fucking tramp stamp of Patrick Mahomes? Last year was the first year that he stepped out of the box and he became something. 1 year of tape on a motherfucker, and defensive coordinators and head coaches in the NFL will pick your motherfucking ass apart. The champ stamp. Yes, I seen that, Johnny. Come on. That's a fucking fail if I ever seen one. Fail. Yeah, I don't watch any of that. I don't watch that late night shit. I can't. It's drivel. So, there are certain times and points in a young man's life, and tonight I'd like to share a moment with you guys that I had. It's been a long time coming. My oldest son, he's in a lot of sports. He does jiu-jitsu. He's a starter on the baseball team. Led his league in scoring in soccer. He's done all this, but he's always been a little on the smaller side. You know, when he does jiu-jitsu tournaments, it's competing against guys his size, so what have you. And, you know, all this talk about concussions and shit has always scared the hell out of my wife with, letting him play tackle football, which is obviously a sport near and dear to my heart. I love it. It's my passion, and it's my son's passion too. And tonight, got him signed up, and he had his first practice with his tackle football team. They're not in pads yet, but they will be in pads in a couple weeks. And get this, the name of the team, they wear silver and black. They're the Riverview Raiders, baby. It was meant to be. It was such a moment, man, where I got a sign over the thing, and it says Raider Nation, commitment to excellence. It's got the fucking shield, and they're like, you hear the little Raider cheerleaders over there chanting Raiders, and I'm just like, oh, what a moment. What a moment. It was awesome. It was awesome, and we're going tomorrow to get his receiver's gloves and everything he fucking needs, and we are fucking all about it. I'm gonna be fucking. It was just. It's an awesome moment. Awesome moment. Chargers about to sweep again. Sweep what? Sweep what? Listen, kitty table asses need to sit in the fucking corner. Shut the fuck up. That's what you need to be. That fucking choker sparkling ass talk. You ain't sweeping fucking nothing. Go sweep your dust under the fucking rug. Looking under there. Where's our rings? Oh yeah. We ain't got none. We just want to talk about last year, how great last year was, because we don't have anything else to talk about. Because they got no history. None. There's no DVDs out there of the fucking history of the Chargers, because nobody wants to watch that shit. There is no history. If you never won anything, is it really history? What are you reliving? Past failures? Is that history? Past failures? That's not history. That's just... Nah, that's not history. That's not history. No, it's not. Now, make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Don't forget, same radio time, same radio channel. Prime will be joining me, and we got to dig into some shit. We're gonna dig into we got some stuff to talk about tomorrow. I want to get into it deep with Prime on some stuff, so make sure you guys join us so we can drop back deep in the pocket and let it fly league wide. But I want to wrap things up with a special little segment that I like to call the WTF. Now, I thought tonight I would go in a little detail, and this is a memory lane type of WTF, but I feel it's that type of the time of the year that it's almost like a public service announcement to remind those that were booted off the train last season because of your whining, your crying, that proved you were the bandwagon fan last year, and now you're trying to crawl back on because you see things have somewhat turned around. Listen, those of us who stood by and we're here through all of that, we don't want you back on the train, and we're not stopping to let those off that we've already thrown off. We've said it before, and we'll say it again. The Raider Nation is not a bandwagon. We are a screaming, howling, 250-mile-per-hour freight train. A silver and black one, thank you, screaming down the tracks, running over everything in our path. We roll in and out of cities and leave destruction in our wake. It's a one-way ticket. You can get on. The only way off is to be thrown off. You don't get to choose if you exit. We'll take care of that. So, those of you that have left, don't come back. We're going to enjoy this rise. We're going to enjoy the next greatness of the Raiders. And y'all motherfuckers just get bent. What the fuck? Should have never jumped to begin with. Tomorrow night, Prime is back. Multiple dinner deliveries. I can only hope that they were good. Maybe some burritos, enchilada platters. I hope for the best for us. But tomorrow night, Prime is in the house. I'll be back. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. Go to RaiderReACTION.com. Pick up some Raider Reaction swag. Come on. Spread the love. Get it out there. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are out. I will see you tomorrow. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. Peace, love, Raider Nation.